Well, this is the case to say, Bruxelles, ma belle. Hello guys, here it's Emmanuel from DiceTuga, and today we are doing the overview of Brussels 1893, a game designed by my friend Etienne Espremen and published by Geek Attitude Games. For those who follow me on Instagram, let me put the box there. For those who follow me on Instagram, you know that I went to Essen with Geek Attitude Games. So I teach this game, I don't know how many times, I think more than 40 times. It was a huge success. I already told before I joined the team there that I love this game, but this is a copy that was provided to me, but I already liked this game before, so I will not be reviewing the artwork or anything or giving any positive or negative, just going through the overview. But yeah, it will be hard for me to not show my love for this game, because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to join the team to teach this game in Essen. But today, for those who follow me already for some time, overview is not me explaining the rules very detailed. I will explain eye level and we will start playing. This game we will do just one turn for you guys to understand the mechanics and how the game flows. And I hope by the end of the video you have an idea on what this game is about. We are going to play the base game, not the expansion. That is the expansion included on the box called Belle Epoque. You just need to turn some boards around and add up some components and you are ready to go. I'll quickly explain it at the end of the game, but today I just want to show the base game for you guys not to be overwhelmed by rules. I think that's pretty much it for the intro, so let's just jump right in. So the game is composed by 3 boards. We have this one, and this one. And there is 2 phases. There's the planning phase and there's the action phase. We are going to simulate a 3-player game, and we are architects of that time. So for example, here we have Paul Santenois, Paul Cauchy, and Victor Horta. And we are going to be building stuff, gathering work of art, selling work of art, getting friends that are nobles, get more prestige with the crown and so on, so that we get maybe a better deal in some things. And that's basically it on the game. It seems a lot, but the rules are quite straightforward. And I hope that with this video, by the end, it's even easier for you to understand. The planning phase, the first player of that turn will take this square tile, I think we call it like that, this square tile, and based on a card from the Bourse, the stock exchange, we will define the number of players, we will define where we are going to place this. We are going to place this on an intersection here on the board. This red flower is the fleur of iris, is a flower of Brussels, and that's how I will be referring to it. And we will be choosing where we want to place this tile. So for example, if I would place it like this, for this turn the playing area is this. If I would place it like this, for this turn the playing area is this. So all of this is out and doesn't allow us to play. That would be the planning phase, and then we go to the action phase. There is 5 main actions, and in order to do an action, this is a worker placement game, we always take one of our guys and we need to bet money. There's a bidding system in place that we need to follow. We can never place one of our guys in any location without money, at least 1 coin. So in order for you to play an action, you always need to place a coin. I'm going to explain on this row. As you can see, they are all different, but there's only 5 actions. So for example, if we start with this one, this is to create a work of art. Creating a work of art is very simple. You just need to come to this section here where we have these 5 color tiles, and you pick any color, not the black. The black, you are allowed to pick it up on another occasion, but you can choose between blue, yellow, green, and brown. That is it. You take it, you place it next to your board, and your action is done. Then we have the selling a work of art. And selling a work of art will allow you to move this tile here. For example, if I would have here, let's take an example like this. Imagine I would have here 3 artworks, 3 work of arts. I can move this piece 3 times. So I can decide where I want to move it. So for example, imagine I want to sell yellow. I can move 1, 2, 3. And basically I get 6 coins because yellow is on this line, and I get 4 victory points because yellow is in this column. And then I take my yellow and I place it on the market. The next player will not be able to sell yellow because yellow is available on the market. He will have to sell another color. So that's how you sell a work of art. You get money and points through doing that. Then we have collecting resources. So it's a cube with 2. So you can collect 2 resources. Which resources? You choose. You can choose any of these resources, not white. And why do you need resources? You need resources in order to build. So by coming here, you are going to build a house. And how do you build a house? So they made it very easy because you have in each board you have the houses, and each house, the tile behind, has 4 steps. So first you need to pay the number of resources, how much it costs to build a house. So you need to go per line, and the cost of the house here is to pay 2 resources. Which ones? You always have to look at the compass of the resources. So in this case, I would have to pay a blue and a brown. Don't ask me what are the materials, totally forgot. I always refer to blue and brown. So I have to pay 1 blue and 1 brown because it requires 2 resources. Maybe if I show it a bit closer, I'm going to mess it up. You see here that I have 2 cubes. But then I have 3 cubes and 4 cubes for the houses that are on a line, a bit on the second line and the third line. How do I pay 3 resources? Which ones do I choose? Doesn't matter. You can choose 2 blues and 1 brown, or you can choose 2 browns and 1 blue. But you always need 1 of each. And in the third row, you do the same. You mix it up, but you always need to have 1 of each. After that, we sold we pay the resources. We are going to check, did we use white cubes? If we didn't, we score 5 points, okay. If we didn't, we score immediately 5 points. If we did use white cubes, we don't score any points. Then we move once one of the needles of the compass, so you choose which one you move, and you always move it in a clockwise direction. And finally, you build your house. Where do you build your house? You build it it needs to be within the area where you're playing, and it needs to be on an empty spot. This, with your worker, is not an empty spot, and if it has another house somewhere, I cannot build it here, and I cannot build it here, okay? So it needs to be on a free spot. You choose within the playing area. And that's how you build houses. And finally, we have the last action, which is getting friends in the nobility. Where are those friends? They are here. So you choose one of these cards. This card gives you bonus, if you see underneath. And for example, if I would pick this one, I would have to pay 0 because it's the cheapest one. But if I would want to go for this one, I would have to pay 3 coins. When you get one of your friends, because you already have one here, George Brugman, you have 2 choices. So you get one and you say, I'm going to use the benefits that I get, the bonus that I get immediately. So I do use it. You always use it actually. You make that decision, so you get that bonus, and then you choose between getting rid of this friend or keeping this friend. If you get rid, you don't have to think about it anymore. If you keep it, on the other hand, you need to activate it. So by activating it, you turn it 90 degrees like this, and at the end of the turn, of course, at the end of the round, it reactivates, so you can reuse it on the other rounds. But at the end of the game, for each friend that you have here, you need to pay the amount of coins that is present here. So they are very powerful, but you need to consider that you might have to pay a lot by the end of the game if you get a lot of these friends. So bear that in mind. And that's how you get a friend into your circle. Those are the 5 main actions. But then we have 4 others on this side. These are special locations in Brussels. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you come to the first one, these are considered the more sketchy actions. You know, they are a bit dangerous, and I'll explain why after that. If you come here, you can get coins, a certain amount of coins that I will tell which one it is. If you come here, you get to activate as many nobles, as many friends that you have based on your crown track. So if I would be here on number 3, I would be able to activate 3 of my friends, which is very powerful. Then we have here the option to do any of the actions, of the main actions here. You can do any of them. And we have this action here that allows us to take 3 white cubes. And that's it. You are playing, your workers are going to finish, and we are going to pass. The first person that passes gets one of these cards that can give them an advantage to be the first player for the next round, and gives them also a bit of money. After that, we are going to check for majorities. So we have 3 types of majorities. We have first the columns, then we are going to check the surroundings of a fleur of iris, and then we are going to check what is the majority here on the locations in Brussels. So the first one, if we would do something like this, let's say we are playing here, for example, and I take a blue, cannot lose track of the coins, do like this, okay? The color that has the majority is yellow, not the color, but it is yellow that has the majority in money. So here you need to check for the money. Yellow has 2 coins, while blue has only 1. Since yellow has a majority, it collects this card. If there would be no yellow here, for example, there would be a tie and nobody gets the card. Okay, let me take this one back. What do we have here on the card? So on the card, we have 3 sections. The first one can give you an advantage for the next turn, for the next round, to be the first player. This middle one is an immediate bonus that you can have, or you can choose between this or placing this card sideways next to your board like this. And you cannot stack multiples, it's 1 per line. What does this mean? This means that at the end, for example, for this case, if I have 3, for each worker that I have above 3, I get 1 point, while in this case I get 2 victory points, which can be very powerful as well. But it's your choice. So I would not bet on it in the beginning of the game, because you still don't see which bonus you might get at the end. But this is divided then in 3 sections. And the person gets it, and that's it, keeps it within. Then we have the other majority, which is the majority of fleur d'iris, flower of iris. For this, for example, I'm going to use something like this. and something maybe like this. So for example, for the majority, we are going to check the flower of iris. I usually point the finger at it and I see if the area around this flower is complete. So we have one filled, empty. We don't check for majority. Then if we come here, we check for majority. We see that all the 4 squares are filled in. Who has the majority? It's blue. So blue is going to check his iris track and he will score as many points as on the track of iris. So for example, if blue would be here, since he has a majority here, he would get 3 points. It's a lot. We could have another situation which would be something like this, where we have a tie, both score, so blue would score whatever he has on his board, and green would score whatever he has on his board. And let's take these guys back here. We could have something like this for the third majority, something like this, and something like this. Then we are going to check for the majority. So let me put this one back here, and this one is the one with 7 coins. Who has the most presence here in Brussels? This doesn't count. This is the Justice Palace, so it's the courthouse. We check for the majority. Who has majority? Blue and green have both the majority. So they both go to prison. Like that. One of each. If the scenario would be something like that, where all of them are equal, they all go to prison. And by going to prison, you cannot use them on the next round. You can always, of course, through friends or through another special power, go get one of them back into your board. But these ones stay here at the end of the round. And let me put them back. And after this, we do a quick cleanup and we check for who is going to be the first player on the next round, and we start again. So this was quite a more or less detailed explanation. I just remember of all these explanations that I did at Essen, and I couldn't hold myself. So, well, I think you got some kind of explanation. You understood a bit of the game. Now, and I'll put a split on the YouTube video. Now we go for the overview. So I randomly decided who is going to be the first player. You can always ask who was the last person to go to Brussels, and that could be your first player. But my first player is blue. After blue is green, then green, from green, yellow, and that's it. So blue is we are going to first turn around here the stock exchange card, and we see here, this is a very good one, because we are playing 3 players, so we are going to look at number 3 here, and at the intersection here. So we can have 2 intersections. We can have 2-2 or 3-3. So we have here 2-2, so we put here and we check which is the biggest region, which would be this one, or 3-3, we can check here, 3-3, and this would be the biggest region. In the beginning, it doesn't really matter, but when you are more advanced in the game, you might want to put your region, your playable region, where the others don't have houses, because them having houses can give them some bonus, so you don't want that. And what is going to be interesting is that we have here a 7 on the coins. What does this 7 mean? It means that if you come here this round, you'll get 7 coins, because it's the number that is defined here on the stock exchange card. So 7 is a lot. 4 I think is the lowest, so 7 is quite a lot of money. So blue is going to define where he places this, and is going to choose for 3-3. So we place it like so, and we start to play. So we are going to do only 1 round, because this is a lot. And blue is going to beat some money. What do I want to do? I have already an artwork. I can also check for the cards to see if there is any majority that I want. Do I want to go save one of my guys already and try for a majority there? Or do I want to increase my crown track? I think I'm going to get another artwork. I'm going to get another artwork. So I take some money. I'm going to take 2 coins. And I'm going... No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm coming here. And to come here in Brussels, you don't need to place money. It's only here. So I'm coming here and I'm going to get 7 coins. There you go. All right, now we go to green. Yeah, blue already did one action. Green, what am I going to do? The thing is, if I go there to, well, it says here, yeah, it's 4 and 5. If I come here, I need to place 2 greens. So if I would want 7 coins, I need to discard 2 of my green guys. Don't know if I want to do that. Plus, I have 6 money, so maybe I'm not that desperate. What I'm going to do is to bid 2, and I'm going for artwork, which is here. So I bid 2 money. I'm going to get an artwork. I already have a blue. Maybe I'll go for a green. We never know. It might increase on that sense. Green, done. We go now for yellow. Yellow is the person that has the most money, and it has a yellow artwork. Maybe I want some friends. Maybe I go for that. So yellow is going to play also for the majority. I see that green has 2, maybe I'll go for 3, so I'll exchange here 5. I'll exchange 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We exchange this, we put here 5, and I'm going to bid 3 with yellow. Place it here, and boom. So for now, yellow has the majority of the column. And I'm going to get a friend. So I get here a friend, Henri van de Velde. I used to live in this metro station. Well, not in the metro, but next to this stop. And I don't get 4 coins. It's not 4 coins that I get. The 4 coins is what I have to pay at the end if I want to keep him. I'm going to increase my architect track. So there we go. And I'm going to keep it. So let's put it like this. He's activated because I use it. I'm keeping him. Let's move all of these ones back here, and we take another one. All right, back to the blue. So blue, what are you going to do? We have a lot of money. We have artwork. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to gather resources. So I have a lot of money and I want this card. So I just don't care. I know that yellow has 3, green has 2. So I'm going to place 4 because I want to be sure I get the majority here, which I get with 4, and I'm going to collect 2 resources. So blue and brown. All right. Back to green. Green is going to do what? He sees that, damn, they screw me over because they got the majority. So I'm going to collect resources. So I'm going to place 1, only 1. I'm coming here and I get to collect 2 resources. But I see that blue already has blue and brown, so we'll probably will build maybe next, and he will move the needles. And so if he moves the needles, he can either move to the 3 and the blue, or blue and brown. So I'm still going for blue and brown. We never know. It will definitely screw me over a bit. Yellow. Yellow might want to have the majority here, but he will not get it. So he might want a piece of this to get some. Do I need a friend again? I don't need a friend. So maybe what I'm going to do is try to get artwork, but there is no more artwork here. And if I go here, for now blue is alone there, so I would go to prison with him. And I do not want that. Should I go for the majority here? Try to go to the majority here and sell some work of art. But selling a work of art is not going to give me a lot of money. I also don't want to go for resources. Well, let's get another friend then. I'm going to place then money. And I'm going to probably bid a bit more. Yes. I'm going to bid a bit more, and I'm coming here with 2 coins, and I'm going to get another friend. What do I want to do? I don't have money to increase this track. I can get 1 resource. Do I care about a resource? No. I will increase my crown track. So I'm paying 1 because I need to pay 1 here, and I'm getting Prince Albert. And so I'm going to use the crown, the bonus. Okay, so I increase here, but I'm not going to use him. So this gets discarded here, or I'll put it like that. I'm not going to use them, and these are moved back here. All right, and now it's blue. So blue, what are you going to do? Are you going to build? And blue can build. So in order to build, he needs to come here and build. So he places 2 coins and he's going to build. Now, we are going to follow the steps here. That's why the tiles are made like this. I need to pay resources. How much? 2. Which ones? Blue and brown. Do I have blue and brown? Yes. Paid. Did I use white resources? No, I did not. So I get 5 points. I will move one of my needles. Do I want to screw green or not? Let's move 1 needle. And I'm going to be nice to green. Well, actually, I cannot really be nice because green did a poor choice. I'm going to move this needle because it will be very expensive for the next person to build a house. And then I finally can build a house. Can I build it here? No, you cannot. So I'll build it. And the houses, they do not count for the majorities, at least not in the base game. So bear that in mind. I'm going to build it here, close to the central point. Yeah, here is good. All right, blue built the first house. Now we go for green. What is green going to do? Green has 3 coins. It could build. Green could build, but there's already busy. So he cannot build unless he comes to one of these locations. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Because if I come here to build, I need to spend 1 coin, while if I come here to build, I don't. So that's what I'm going to do. I come here. And yes, green and blue for now, they will go both to prison. I go there and I'll pay 3 coins because it's the resource required. And I need to pay 2 resources, so I need to pay 3 coins and the blue. So blue is paid and 3 coins are also paid. And I'm going to follow then the instructions here. I already paid the resources. Did I use white cubes? No, so green gets 5 points as well. And I get to move 1 needle. So I'm forced to move this one here because the needles cannot pass over each other. So now the next person that wants to build is not going to pay 3 coins, because having it here empty doesn't mean that you have a 50% discount. You will have to pay double, 6 coins. So bear that in mind. And I can build a house. Luckily, I have a free spot still here, and I think this is the best spot to build my house. Now we go to yellow again. Yellow is almost out of money. And yeah, I'm going to prison. Because I'm forced to place 2 here, I cannot say no to 7 coins. So I'm getting 7 coins and have a lot of money here. Maybe a friend will help me afterwards. All right, then blue. Blue, what are you going to do? Well, first, or maybe not. Maybe not. Do I want to sell work of art? No, I do not. I still have 2 guys. Do I want to activate Brugman? Or do I want to get more resources? Well, maybe I can get already for the resources. So I will place mine here as well. And if I place my worker on a house that is my color, I don't get any bonus. But I get then the action, so I can get 2 resources. I see that it will move to blue and probably to yellow. So that's what I'm going to get. Now we go back to green. Green doesn't have any money. And the only way for him to get more money is by coming here. So, or by selling his work of art, which he can, but he doesn't have money, so he cannot bid money. So he is really forced to come here or pass. I'm coming here. This means that I can activate a friend according to the number that I am on the crown. So in this case, I'm 1. I can activate only 1 friend. That's what I'm going to do. I get 5 coins because that's the bonus of this friend here. So 5 coins, 1. Yes, 5 coins. All right. Yellow. Yellow has now a lot of money. But do I want to build a house and spend, again, all of my money? I don't think so. I think I'm going to let the others do that. And I also not going back there to those locations. At this moment, green and yellow are going to prison. But I can bid a lot of money here and get the majority here. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Here he has already 3. Sorry about that. So I'm going to exchange. I'm going to exchange 5 for these smaller coins. By the way, at Essen they had metallic coins, and they had also a first player token that was a small mannequin piece, because this guy is called mannequin piece. Is a very big monument here in Brussels. It's like huge, like the biggest thing you can imagine. Tall, really big. That's a mannequin piece. They had a metallic one at Essen, and the coins were very nice. So now that I'm playing with these ones, I remember the other ones. Okay, so I exchanged my money, so now I can bid there. And I'm going to bid 4 I can, just to be above the blue. So let's bid here 4, and for sure I will get this majority. You can place your worker in one of these locations even if you're not able to do the action. So for example, you could place your worker on a construction area location, even if you didn't have resources to build a house, and if you cannot build a house, but you are playing for the majority, so you are allowed to do that. But if you place, you are always, if you place and you are able to do the action, you are forced to do the action. So bear that in mind. So here I am able to do the action, so I'm going to sell my yellow artwork. But first I get to move once because I have one artwork. So I'm going to move this down one position and I place my artwork here and I get 4 coins. So I get 5 here and I give 1 back and I get 2 victory points. All right, that looks good. Now we go back to blue. Blue, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell artwork as well? I think he is. So he comes here. I'm going to, can I exchange a 5? Do I have enough coins here? I have 3 coins. This guy can change a 5. 5 comes in and I get 2 coins here. Okay, so I can exchange this 5. There we go. And now blue is going to place there. Does blue wants the majority? Is he going to spend that much money? Yes. Okay, so blue comes there and he will do the action. And there's a bonus here, I'll explain at the end. So he's going to sell again. So he wants to sell green, that's the only one that he has. And he can move then once because he only has 1 artwork. So he's going to move it where? Do I want more bonus victory points or do I want money? I think I need money. So I'll go for the money. And I get 2 coins. And I get 2 victory points. And this one comes here to the market. The next person that wants to do a sell action will not be able to sell green or yellow because they are available in the market. You can only sell colors that are not there. So, for example, the next person would have to sell blue or brown and they choose which one of them they remove and place them. So for example, if I would go sell a brown, I could remove yellow and then yellow is again available to be sold. But we finished the action of blue, but there's a bonus for green. And here underneath, you can see all the bonus that you get. So in this case, green build a house, and that's why he gets a bonus, on an area where you sell artwork. So when someone places there a worker, the person that owns the house gets 1 victory point per work of art, and green has 2. So green gets 2 victory points just like that. We go back to green. Green, are you going to spend some money? And green wants to spend money, but there is no more 1 coin. Maybe I didn't take all the coins out of the box. So green. What is he going to do? Well, maybe I'm going to sell artworks. Yes, I have 2 of them, so why not? So, but I cannot sell artworks because there is no more spot here. And I don't have 2 guys to place here. So green either comes here or he passes. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to pass, so he gets 1 of these cards that stay here like that. And he gets then advantage to be the first player next turn. This card stays here the whole game, so the next time, if he will be again the first person to pass, he can place another card, cover the bottom part, and just get the coins that are visible there. So since he was the first player to pass, he gets 1 Belgian franc for each artwork that he has in his possession. So here I only have 1, but we are going to end, but he would get 2. Plus he would get as well, for each visible coin on his stack of cards, he would also get a Belgian franc. So in this case, he would also get another one. So I'm owing green 2 Belgian francs. I really think that I forgot to take out all the money. All right, so green was the first to pass. What is yellow going to do? Nothing. He passes as well. He has no artwork. He gets no money. And blue also passes. He has no artwork. He gets no money. Done. We go now for the majority phase. Majorities. We check first column. Who bid the most money here? Blue did, right? Or no? Ah yeah, blue did. So blue has 4, yellow has 3, green has 2. So blue had the majority, he gets this card. So this card allows him to get either he will get an advantage of 3 mannequin pieces to be maybe the first player next round, but he also gets to free one of his guys from the courthouse. So I'm putting this aside and he takes one of them back here. I choose to do this instead of placing it sideways. If you place it sideways, you don't get the middle bonus. And that's the majority for blue. Then let's check here. The majority is again for blue. So blue gets this bonus card and he gets to increase the architect track and the crown track. As you can see, there is no advantage for Manicabis, but if I would have put this on blue sideways, he gets 2 victory points at the end of the game when he's able to succeed those conditions. So this one can actually be thrown away because it doesn't really has advantage for mannequin piece. Then third we have blue with 3 and yellow with 4. So yellow gets this one, he gets to increase the crown track and save one of his guys, which is good because one of them is going to prison. All right, can also be discarded. And that's the majority for the columns. Now we're going to check with the fleur of iris. So first one, majority goes for blue. Blue gets 1 point. Then we check the other majority. Majority goes for blue, that gets again another point. Another majority here, we check, it's a tie between yellow and green. So yellow gets 1 point and green gets 1 point. Then we check for the other majority and yellow has the majority, so yellow is getting another 1 point. You see, if you increase the fleur of iris track, you can get at the end of the round, at the end of the phase, a lot of points. The crown is more to allow you to activate a lot of nobles, and the architect track, you really see the impact of it at the end of the game when we are scoring the points per house, because your house will be worth these points as well at the end of the game. And then we check for the majority here in Brussels. Yellow and green are the ones that have the majority, so one of each goes to prison and the rest come back to the board, like so. Now we remove these cards. This is discarded. We refill with these cards, we refill this area. Everybody takes back their workers. The money doesn't come back. The money goes to the bank. And this one is discarded. And they are all moved like so and like this. After that, we remove the Bourse card and we turn around the next one that defines how much money you can get and defines the intersection for you to place the square tile. Guys, this was the overview of one round of Brussels 1893. As you can see, this is a game that can have some strategy, and there's a lot of interaction between players, even though you are like increasing the tracks on your board. So I hope with this overview you understand a bit of the flow of the game. This is a 2 to 5 players, so you can play a 5-player game, which we did this year in Leiria, and it was very smooth. I think it was around 2 hours and a half, and it was the first time for everyone. So it was, in my opinion, quite fast. This game comes with the expansion included that I will quickly explain, which is the Belle Epoque. If I turn this one around, you are able to build, for example, here also houses. And these houses would be called pavilions. And you would also have bonus cards here that when you build a house here, you will get that card that is here that can be a bonus that is triggered when you do a certain action, or when you have when you get to the end game, you get a bonus of that card that can be very powerful. For example, I don't know if it's in here or in here, that you get a card that gives you the possibility to not pay any of your noble friends that you get at the end of the game. I saw someone getting that card, having a lot of friends, and still was not able to win the game. So this is very balanced. Every time I play this game, the score always was close to each other. So you can follow different strategies and it will always be quite tight. You also get 2 new friends. One of them allows you to get a new material that is a new tile that is a white tile, that if we turn around here, you get a white tile. The white tiles allow you to sell these tiles to sell these white tiles as any color. So you can immediately go for the one, sell this as a yellow, and get the perks of the yellow. You also get another noble that allows you to get a white meeple that is called the traveler meeples that you put here on the train. And those meeples, those workers, will allow you to play as your color to take one of the actions on the board. And that's high level. You also get here some extra tiles that you can also collect. But that is basically it. The expansion doesn't bring a lot of extra rules. It's quite straightforward. It takes 2 pages in the rule book. And yeah, just creates another way of playing, not an extra way of playing the game, brings a bit more complexity, which is also nice. But the base game is already good enough for you to play with your friends. As a start, I would not put the expansion if you are not used to this type of games. Initially, I would introduce it way later. Yeah, that is it. That is Brussels 1893. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something from it. I want to say thank you again to the team of Geek Attitude Games that were awesome. In Essen, it was the best spirit that I could, and the best intro to Essen that I could have. I love those guys. They were all awesome, and I cannot wait for next Essen. I already booked my hotel to be with them again, and it's already confirmed. I will be with them again and teaching to you guys there in Essen, which is, I loved it, more board games. I want to thank also for the copy, of course, to do this video. So this was a copy provided to do content as well. And I want to tell you guys to not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It helps. I'm not paid to do this. I don't get any income from YouTube. I do this because I like it, and I also want to show appreciation for the publishers and friends that send me games. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do it a lot because work, but I really love to do this thing. So just subscribing is very nice to me as feedback. And currently on my Instagram, if this video doesn't go too late, I'm expecting not, to YouTube, I am currently until the 15th of December, so I don't know when I publish this video, 15th of December 2023, I am doing a giveaway on Instagram, so go there, you might win 2 games, participate, you might be lucky. Thank you again, guys. I hope you have awesome holidays and that you enjoy food, your family, and have fun and play a lot of board games. And yeah, I see you on the next one.